I think they're just going to be hard coded to 1 as well. Because this is going to say call a train if it's less than 16,000. How about if I call a train if it's less than 1,000? This one is the purple one. Split the labs, bring belts in the middle of the 2 lab stacks, and check how it looks. This is close to what I do in a lot of other areas, though. This is, if you look at this, it's, you can't see it now because I don't have all the intermediates, but what I usually do is I have unloaders and then like the labs, like I've done here for, not the labs, but the machines, like I've done here for oil. Imagine these pipes were belts. What I normally do is I unload and then I process and then I spit out. So even for my smaller builds that I normally would do, um, again, I don't want to open those other blueprints, but yeah, I'm good with this. I just need to finish this part out, then start building the outside. But who knows how long I'm going to be able to go for tonight. But I am definitely having fun with this. I hyped up kitty cat running around the whole house. Thump, 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 thump. Thump, 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 thump. The one that I have not done yet. Yes. There we go. If only I had some rail. Could just teleport back and get rail. It'd be faster. Because the teleporter is like right there. Of course, the question is whether I should be building this right now or not. Or just continue designing it. I don't think I have any roboports on here. So I need to build at least... Oh, no, I don't. I have some on me. Thank you, cat. That way I can dump some robots in there. It's a logistics mode. Why are you complaining? Oh, you didn't. I could have sworn I built you as a logistics bot. I placed you as logistics. Why would you do that to me? Yeah? See? See? Alright, so. I'll just send you back because I am not going to use you anytime soon. We're going to do all this work in Atlanta. Okay. So that is going to be the primary destination for all of this work. And what I'm imagining is that the facilities that make these cards are going to be around it. So like this one. All right, so I know I'm going to need blank tech cards out the wazoo. For, you know, so I'm going to need a station for blank tech cards. I have to decide how much of this other stuff I'm going to do here or totally independent. And I'm leaning towards here, where I just bring these resources in, because I've got all those resources on the bus. Wood, glass, it's either silicone, I guess, iron, copper, plastic, and uranium. The rocket fuels there, blank tech cards, obviously. I would build a station for blank tech cards down here. So what's a blank tech card need? 2 iron plate and 2 copper cable. Okay, and just build a station for that somewhere around here. Optimization tech card takes the space science data, which comes from space, so I'm going to have an unloader for you. So I'm going to have a bunch of quantum computers down here. Interesting, it doesn't tell me what a blank tech card need, where it can be made. But anyhow, matter requires matter research data, which requires rare metals, plastic, lithium, immersite. So the space research data comes right out. The blank tech card, the matter research data is going to come from a very complicated process. Processing units can get dropped off. Space research data can get dropped off. Rocket fuel dropped off. LDS dropped off. Processing units dropped off. Prod mods, I'm not making those. And fast transport belts, I'm not making those. So this one presents a little bit of a challenge. Everything else here can be dropped off, except for prod mods and fast transport belts. So the smart thing would be to start making those. An iron sink? Yeah. Because I know that that's going to need yellow belts. And I know that yellow belts, I don't have a station for those either. And then these things, I don't have a station for them, but I could build a component plant for them, is what I'm calling them. So if I did that, I gotta take a break in a minute. So these are the Singularity Labs. And then anywhere in here. So they're going to come back out because there's nothing going through here. So anything coming down here is to service something here. So maybe this becomes a four-way, and I have a branch that goes this way that does some stuff. And then they just run back and forth across here. Because if this is a four-way, and then I do T-junctions off of it, like I was doing the other stuff. Obviously, I don't want to put a bunch of stuff in water right there. But I could. It wouldn't really matter to me. The other thing is that I could do is I could just have them branch off in areas around here, but because I could put the T-junctions right here, you know, and put a factory up here, put a factory, put another one here, and something like that. Put a factory here, put another, not a factory, but a plant. Put it here, put one on this side, or one on this, yeah, on this side. Leave some space here in case I want to make it bigger. That would be more in line with what I'm doing everywhere else. Is that the pieces are just coming off of there. Watch the vents. It's not going to launch because I don't need data. So, kind of like this design where it spreads out from here because I don't want to keep just crushing down into verticals. What I really wanted to do was I wanted to make little cities, right? Little cul-de-sacs, if you will, where there was an entrance, where the resources came in, and then it went in like a T-junction here sort of thing. So that all the things that were needed were in there. And there were trains that never left that area. So, like for example, I could build the purple tech cards up above. And then whatever is needed to build the purple tech cards would be in that area. Or I could build the red belt and the yellow belt somewhere else, keeping with my theme. And the prod mods. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I plan to split my networks when I do a mega base next. My next thing I'm going to do is a mega base, and I plan to split my networks. I'll have heavy and I'll have non-heavy. No, wait, that's not right. It's not the split I wanted to use. I wanted to use this one. What did I? Not sure what I want to do here. Need a break real quick. Sorry. All right. So I need 2 for each of these. I need 12 of these. The item to decide is how I want the structure to look. Do I want it to look like all of these? Or do I want it to be more branchy like this? I definitely want it around this area. If that wasn't uranium, I would definitely just ignore that iron. So if I do a traditional T-junction here, what I'm telling myself is that I want to put a couple of branches here, a couple of spurs up that are going to build things. To build the tech cards. And so one of them that I would build so I could build one card there, one card there, another card like should be opposite it, but there's that other stuff in the way. Then there's water there. And I'm going to mine that stuff out here. I don't see any real value in going with this design. Over my traditional stuff. And my more traditional stuff would just simply put a T-junction and then a factory. And this tech card is 4 things. This card is 4 things. This card is 2 things. 3 things and a sub thing. So the 2 things would look like this. I gotta leave that open so I can harvest it. And that's a bunch of water that I don't want to fill in. So this would end up being this tech card. Which, by the way, didn't I want to standardize these? Thought I had to make these wider to line up with this. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. All right. Next one will go right here. It's probably going to be a 4. I think the rest of these are all 4s. This tech card needs 3 things. This tech card needs 4 things. Oh, you know what else I've got to make? I've got to make that blank tech card. That's what I'm going to put right here. Is that blank tech card. That way it's central to everything. Did I get all the signals is what matters. Yeah. So this is going to be blank tech card. Then the rest are going to be 4s. Don't really want to put something on that uranium, and I want to keep this area clear anyway, so... Oblivion, that's funny. Also, welcome. The Hanukkah component plant. I mean, it's the rail system that I use for all of these things. Obviously, Frankfurt needs a radar. So this is going to be something. We'll give this to purple. Even though you're going to be a high traffic item. And it might be better served putting you somewhere else. So that's space, that's that. Might as well go with yellow. Tell you what, we're going to move purple up here. I think I can fit purple right here with relatively little landfill. And I don't care about that. And given that it is going to be a high traffic item, your matter can't fit one here. Because I want this stuff. Gonna want this oil too, so I don't want to be there either. I need two more, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So my idea of turning these sideways is looking better and better, but it's too late now. So this is going to be oil. Although, is it? Am I going to need that oil? That's 2.4, that's 4.3. I could just build over that oil and then deal with it later if I need to. By the time I run out of this oil, this game should be well in hand. Did I screw that up? Jesus. Oh. I didn't want to undo whatever I just undid. I need Code Green's redo mod. This is probably going to get landfilled. We'll decide that later. And that would mean this would go about right here, which might be a little tight. Can I do this? Have I done this anywhere else? You're fine with it, but what about with 2 4s? Yeah, you're 2 4s. Have I done this with 2 4s? Yeah, you're okay. You're both fluid, but you don't count. Well, let's see. Yellow tech card. You're going to be unloading solid, 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 solid. Do any of these unload fluids? Those are all solids. Those are solids. Those are solids. Those are all solids. And those 3 are solids. Okay. So I got purple up there. Got blue right there. I got that up there. This is going to be advanced. That's in the wrong place. Need one more. I really want to put it right here. I really do. Can I get that uranium out and still build here? So this is going to be a solid unloader. Well, do I even need it for this? What's this tech? Because if I do it right, then this tech isn't a 4. Yeah, this one's only a 3. And if that's the case, I can stick down a whole lot of unloader indicators here, if I could. That's the light blue. Well, you're only 3 things, so... Yeah, you would go here. Stop it. But you wouldn't be here. Good. And for you, which I cannot make, so I have to rely on this, you are 4 things. So you would be unloader, 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 unloader. You are the yellow, which I can make, which is 4 things. And then the purple, which I think I can make, is 4 things as well. And then there's the loaders. They are going to be taking things to here, but their numbers are all going to change. So that's the basic premise of research. Now, to get there, I'm going to need to put the basic tech card on the network. Yellow belt, red belt, production module, the blank tech card. All those space research data's got to go. Yeah, it's got to get put on the network. Matter research data's got to get put on the network. So I might need another station somewhere in here for matter research data, because matter research data, well, it matters. And I may put that up here. Who's going here? Yep, I guess it's you. Because you only need 3 things? Yep. So matter research data is used by you. So I should have had a thing. But man, you're a challenging one to make, aren't you? 4 solid things. I don't want to bring all those trains down here for that. I'm going to build that up here. Well, unfog of war it then. There. And this is going to be this matter research data. So in addition to that, I need a yellow belt and I need a red belt. And I'm told that they're hungry, hungry iron. Now, yellow belt is just these 2 things, which are coming from here. And could go here if that river and that wood doesn't get in the way. This music has expired on me. This is another, going to cut the numbers down quite a bit, build. Why do I have a traffic jam? This game, this train limit is 1 of 0. Train limit of 0, 0. Somehow, this train decided that it was going to go here. And there's and so it's stuck. Go fix that. Because of a signal that is incorrect on all of my T-junctions now. Hi, E1. Trains can be quite frustrating. So what just happened here is because this was a rail signal, the train went past that to here and blocked the whole track at the chain signal. So all of my T-junctions are patterned this way. And what looks like an innocent place to put a chain versus rail, because it's on the outside, because what difference does it make? Yeah, if you like trains, E1, I highly recommend a game called Mashinki. It's on Steam. Interesting that this one has those as chains. This one did not. This must just be a really old one. Well, this is not my current. I must have updated this since I made this. My current one is just like, forget it. It's all chain. Well, this one being a rail signal is kind of irrelevant, because a train will, if this is green but those are red, then it will go here and stop, or it will come here and stop. So I must have corrected this after that. Hi, Lauren. Stay a while and listen. Here's an identify scroll. 5 gold pieces. Portal scroll for 100. Alright. So that will put belt here. But then I still need red belt somewhere. And I need it somewhere that'll be convenient to this. So I think Frankfurt is getting some red belt. Or the other side of Frankfurt. So let me get down here into the playground. And build those two and paste them and build them. You're a loader. You two are unloaders. You are going to be iron plates. Why am I doing this manually when I've already got things that do it? Now, I'm kind of torn here. I don't know. Lauren, I wouldn't play the new Diablo without corporate restructuring. That is, a bunch of people fired and possibly going to jail, but they won't. Um, I really don't want to load up on a whole bunch of stuff sitting in this thing. Could be. I'm tempted to change this to another letter so that I know that it's a significantly different setup. Because that's a lot smaller. Yeah, yeah. E1, that's pretty much where I am too. Checkered cane. So this is going to be gears. And this is going to be gears. And this is a gears train. And so that's a gears color. And this is going to be yellow belt, which I just do not want a lot of. We're going to move you to H as well, because this is going to be different. Because the train for this is going to be way smaller. As in, it's going to have a lot of. It's going to have the. It's total train is going to hold 4,000, right? That's what I'm saying here. Which a train wagon, which I don't have, but a train wagon has got 200, so it's 2 rows. It's 1 row each, which is what I'm looking for. That's what I want. That's what I really, really want. Okay, assembler. That break's been done for an hour. Thanks. Hi. As soon as that mark break is now done, cat comes in, wants some attention. All right, belts. Using red belts. I think it's just going to be 24. I'm being stared at. I'll be right back. Well, there are ways for companies to get acquired by other companies that include things in their acquisition that say that you can't do this or you can't do that, or this is going to stay that way. And that could be what happened there, if any of them were still good. But if a company's just trying to get money because they're going to run out, which is what happens, they take any deal they can get. Yeah, you have to wonder with Unity, what were they thinking? I mean, they had to be thinking we're going to go out of business either way, right? I was a fan of Unity. I've recommended it many times. All right, so it sounds like, looks like here I can only do 6. So 6 by 4, I'll do 24. Yeah, that's backwards. Oh, no, I had it right. The hell was I thinking? All right, these line up with these. Yeah, Sergey, that sounds about right. They want to get some money. All right, so let's see if I can feed this correctly. Well, this is going to have 4 belts out all by itself. That's that's not going to work well for me, is it? That's a curious thing there. But anyhow, do I even want to bother to restrict that? Because if we're going to have 2 out for this, so I don't much care if I overuse belts on this now. I couldn't have done what I was trying to do anyways. Let's see. I wish I was using my standard templates for my mega base. Might as well put these as close as I can, as if I were doing a real thing. Sometimes I forget to talk, by the way. Lauren, I don't know. I mean, I look at what I can't remember the developer I was following, but they had a comment about Unity and what they've done and how they changed it. And they said, don't worry, it doesn't affect our current project or the one you're following, but future projects are going to be converted or not use it. All right, I think this is good enough for what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, and I last time I checked, there are a number of other pieces of software that you can use. You know, cross-platform development, even mobile cross-platform development. Looks like I'm missing a power pole and a couple of robo ports. I want these down one more. Fascinating. I love it. I love this game. Game is so good. It lets you do that, which is to say, it lets you move something into something else's space if you properly prepare the space. I love it. I missed that one. Yeah, Sergey, I agree there. Well, I mean, if you just search, Lauren and Sergey, if you just search for cross-platform development uh, engines, there's a lot of them. There's like 6, and Unity's not even the top-ranked one anymore. All right, so that's here. I'm just hanging out to make sure this thing works. What happens if I throw you out? Or you're going to get thrown out. And you're going to leave. Are you still going to force your way in even though it's 0? Yeah, you do. Interesting. Behavior I have learned. Trained stupid they are. Oh, Unity's not going to go out of business like tomorrow or even in the next probably 10 years. It's just that it's not going to be a growing company. You're going to look at Unity and see pretty much a flat line of developer licenses. Okay, so this is not good. You are not behaving the way I want. So you three are going to be switched to near. And the same thing with you three. Well, Sergey, it's possible that the people who are at the prime top of Unity are tired of doing what they're doing. There's a personality trait. I used to interview COOs and CEOs and stuff like that. And the personality trait of a person who starts a business and the personality trait of a person who runs a business are very different. It's very, very rare that you can find a person who can start a business and run it. Think of it as an inventor versus a manager. The inventor created something, but now wants to go create something new. And so they want to get out of the business and have somebody else run it. And on the other side of the coin, there's a whole bunch of people who aren't very creative who just want to run things. But if you're going and looking for advisors to say, okay, well, you want to get as much money as you can out of this thing, well, they're going to tell you the way that the business people, the manager types, what they look for. And they look for things that are very different than what an inventor would look for. And so you get things that we look at and go, that's a huge shift from what you had before. Well, that's because they're not targeting software engineers with their change. They're targeting a business manager to buy the company. And so that very different audience creates a very different goal structure. Now, if Unity had started with that model, it wouldn't seem like such a shock because we would have been like, okay, that's the way Unity is. But Unity might not have reached its level of success if it had started with that model either. So, we're bitching about it right now because we have communications and we can talk to each other. But there's so much in every ecosystem you look around. I mean, taking it out of the software world. Okay, we've got several choices when it comes to game development engines, Unity being one of them. But compare that to, and it's going to seem like a weird comparison, compare that to automobiles. There are dozens of auto companies. and there are 500 nameplates, meaning that there are 500 different types of cars that you can buy. Cars, SUVs, that sort of thing, crossovers. Now, how in the heck is there room for all of that in that industry, right? I mean, geez, that's a lot of different cars. And similarly, for software and games and stuff, there's a lot of variety. And there's always going to be somebody coming up and going, well, I can do it a little different. You are going to go to a belt loader, which is this, until you're full. And short term, you're going to go here. Just to get you out of here. Have you seen my name on station yet? Maybe, but I changed station names so quickly that I never... Alright, so that's step one in making all of this happen. Come on now. I want to fix this RoboPort. Alright, so now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put red belt. I think I decided I was going to put it here, roughly. Red belt. Wow. Is still only 2 items. Let's get on here and design that. So I'm going to cheat a little bit, and hopefully this doesn't burn me. All right, so what's our belt limitation on this? 6 is 2 gears, 2 gear belts coming in. Oh, alrighty then. That's a bit of a challenge there. That's half a belt out. Well, this layout ain't gonna work here, that's for damn sure. Oh, I hope that's not missing a belt. Nah, I just didn't copy it. All right, Sergey. Thank you. Oh, that's funny. So, if this is going to do that, then this is going to be pretty ugly. What can I do here that would make this better? If your output was here, now it's probably going to have to be like this. So my output belt is going to have to be like that. Well, that's cool, E1. So for 6 of them, I need 2. That's a bit much. And then I need the gears, which I can't satisfy that. I mean, I could... Ugh. Well, I'm not fitting a bunch in here, that's for sure. It doesn't need to be high volume anyways, right? So yeah, I need a gear belt heel here. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, everyone. I gave Exterminator the shout out beforehand because I knew he was coming. I was watching his stream. I don't think he died enough. But I don't have the ability to kill him more because I'd kill him more if I could. I really would. Yeah, I do. In my opinion, I think that I think some of the redeems should spawn more turrets. I think it should be twice as many turrets because he's so good at killing them now. I also think that we need to back off the explosions a bit more so that they stop killing his computer. And seeing as I wrote that mod, I should probably update it for him. So we're not going to get much out of this. So that's going to be iron gears. And that's going to be the belt. Now, wait a minute now. I don't think I can. Yeah, yeah, I can feed that. I'm gonna have 4 input belts of gears, so. So this is going to be the opposite of this thing. You're going to be unloading an intermediate product here. I thought I set the color on the other one. Maybe I set it on the train, but not the station. And now I'll convert you to an unloader. And while I'm thinking about it, I will give this train, not you, you. Geez, I hope I didn't screw those up. I did. I did screw those up. 170, 126, 103. This is not supposed to be that. Until you're full. Perfect. All right, I fixed that mistake, politely put. And then you're going to come here until you are empty and inactive for 5 seconds. Yeah, except for the fact that the most powerful one is the impulse rifle. The impulse rifle is savage. Oh man, have you seen K2's combat? Because I can go out and kill some bugs if you have not seen its combat. It's impressively nice. Oh, this is gonna take some tweaking, but not really sustainable, but I don't really care. Or extensible. So that's the belt. I'll figure out that unloading in a moment. That's a gear. This has to be a gear. I'm going to move this down just so these are next to each other. This is going to be a belt. And that's a belt. That's a gear. That's a gear. That's a belt. That's a belt. All right, that should take care of that. Except for this. Red belt loader. Yeah, I don't see red belt in the list, so I don't really have a color for that. We'll just take yellow belt and make it a little redder. So yellow belt is 170, 126, 103. And so therefore red belt is going to be 220, 250, 76. That's all right there. All right, let's grab all this. I got to figure out where I'm going to put this thing. It's not going here. Well, to be honest, that's the best place for it, is in this column. All right, let's go get it built. Oof. Go, go, go. Build the bots, build. Or not, because you're a bunch of turds. In there. Get in there. What are you idiots doing? There's just... Yes, thank you. Jesus, you're frustrating to work with. First time chatter. Cities of Earth. Interesting mod. I haven't seen it before. What map are you playing on? I am playing on the United States. And hello. This is scale 4. That should have been a mod. Ah, there it is. That might help answer some of that, but happy you asked. Like it says, backseating appreciated. I am sincere on that. I wouldn't be nearly as good at this game if it weren't for all the wonderful people who helped me. So you are more than welcome to share your opinion. This is gonna eat gears. Nomity nom nom nom. But hey, we got red belts already. I need a train for red belt, so we'll put up a generic train for now, and then I'll go up and customize it. All right, are we building things? Stuff or things? No, we are not, because we are missing an underbelt right here. If we're missing it there, we're missing it here too. And what are we missing up there? Oh, we're missing, stuff or things. Bad time to run out of belt. Picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. And I don't balance things when they come out of the train across sides. I have these combinators here that tell me each side, the red wire does not cross here, if you look. So the red wire is counting up what's in these chests. And so the red wire on this side at 304 and the red wire on this side at 400 are different values. So this train is listening, or this train station is listening on signal H to set the train limit. So if either one of these gets below 4K, it puts an H on the network, which means that it's possible that this train station, as you see there, its train limit is 2. If I had 2 trains, it would request them both, and that's why there's a small stacker right here. That's actually why most of these factories, these plants, I'm calling them, although I should come up with a better word, these component factories or whatever, that's why they're so wide, is because I have to have room for this stacker. Either they're going to have to be far away to have a vertical stacker and have multiple inputs, which is not efficient, or they're going to have to do this sort of T-junctioning thing anyways. So I may come up with a, well, I have a better design already set up for my Megabase when I get to it. So hungry hippo there. Flashy green lights here because we can't feed this beast fast enough. But you're all doing stuff and things. I do have some redeems there, if you like music or want to mess around. I have the ability to put houses. Sometimes, if you're a subscriber, I can put a pretty big house. I don't have the rest of the world, but when I was playing on the entire world, I had. Well, just look at the thing on the Twitch page as to where people are from. So it's fantastic. It's one of the most wonderful things to be able to put somebody's name on there. Hi, McIntyre. Oh man, I enjoyed your whole month of streaming. I could tell it was wearing on you. By the way, I don't really care for your hair color. Just thought I'd share. You were okay as blonde, but not no. But man, what a great month of streaming you guys did. I really enjoyed it. I look forward to it. All the variety and yet the consistency. You did a great job on that. Yeah, you do need those times off. Did you know that I watch you? Well, it's a matter of priorities, right? I mean, you have to arrange things. It's not a family friendly stream, but there's some things I could say about what you can feel. Oh, jeez. All right, then. This is only used for research purposes. That's where I am on this train, or on this build out. Is I'm setting up a new research facility. I'm taking all of this research that I'm doing here, and these aren't even being used anymore because of the way K2 works. Is you phase these out. So right now I've got the yellow and the pink and this space science right here, but there's three other sciences that can go up. Hi, Jag. So I'm going to be moving all of this. Man, that's fantastic. It's a showstopper. Here, I'll add to the yeah. So I'm going to be moving all this research down here. Um, each of these is going to have their own dedicated station, and each one's going to have their own dedicated little assembly plant, component fabrication plant, something like that. Uh, so yeah, it's filling in nicely. You are going to go here first until you are full. Now, you're not going to be able to go there right now, but I want you to get out of my way. So I'm going to send you off to this stacker and take you off of manual so that you will just get out of my way. Now, next up, clear the boards. Get rid of this. Oh, it's already full. That's nice. Wait, how is it full if this lamp's not on? How are you requesting a train and yet this lamp is not lit? Oh, because you're on I and these are all set to H. I am regretting that change. I am regretting that change. I should have left it at I. Can I do any of that remotely? How far away is it? It's not far. I'm just going to run down. Not like there's any trains on the way. I don't want to have to change all the lamps on all the stations just because I thought I'd be cute and say, oh, we're just going to make this H. There. Now it works correctly. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here for the gears. There's the old iron loading design. Little captured Screw you, rock. Little captured stacker. Yep, that wants a train. And that has got enough. How do you have 24,000? How is that 24,000? Well, that's 1,000. And that's 12, so that's 24,000. I wanted it to stop at like 4,000. Maybe I cap all these at 500. So 500 times 6. Still at 3,000, still at 12,000. Four times 6 is 2,400. Times 2 times 4, that's 8,000. So that would get me 200, 400, 600, 800,000, 1,200. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to cap all you real early. Do not like that you would store all those resources there. I forgot these things stack.